Hello, welcome to the first installment of the Ask Anything Self-Harm Edition playlist. For those of you who don't be knowing, this playlist is basically going to be me answering your frequently asked questions in regards to self-harm. And it is specifically for parents, for teachers, for friends and loved ones of people who struggle with self-harming behavior. There's a couple of questions that always come up, and so we thought, why not put it all in one place so that you've got the answers and you're not always waiting, or you don't have to read through tons and tons of research. And the way this playlist is going to work is I'm gonna get the question and then I'm gonna answer the question. Yeah, it is what it is. And so, getting into it, the first question that we have for today is, how can I get my child to open up to me? So this is a frequently asked question, which is why it's in the playlist. And it's a tough one. When you're someone who you love that young person and you're someone who cares about that young person, them closing off for you can be really, really difficult and really, really taxing. And sometimes as a parent, or a loved one, let's just go with loved one. As a loved one, your natural instinct can actually be to hold on tighter when you feel like someone is pushing away from you. I'm gonna ask you to fight that urge. Do not hold on tighter the way you're assuming, because you might end up making that person feel a little bit suffocated, just a little bit like,
can you let go? Can you just back off? Just a little bit.
So instead of trying to hold on tighter, these are a few things that I would advise you to do. Number one is to actually just focus on your relationship with the child rather than looking at the behavior. Focus on your relationship with the child, because people open up to people that they trust, and their reason for not opening up to you doesn't necessarily mean that you've done anything wrong or that you've done anything to hurt them. So loads of young people actually wonder or worry about putting a burden on their loved ones. They worry about being an inconvenience. They worry about whether or not you can actually handle what they're about to tell you. So they have their own internal dialogue that is preventing them from opening up to you. So if you just pursue a good relationship with them, be present with them, maybe do more activities with them that aren't related to, hey man, I know that you'd be struggling with this, it's likely that you build or you'll foster that kind of relationship that makes them want to open up to you in that area as well. Number two, when your child opens up to you about other things as well as this behavior, try to listen. Listen for the sake of listening. Don't listen to respond. And it's so difficult when you're met with information and you're like, I can give you the answer, I can help you out with this. It's so difficult to kind of take a step back. But the truth is, sometimes you just be needing someone to listen, to lend you an ear. And if they know that they can talk to you without receiving judgment, and it's not necessarily that you may even actually be judging them, but they may interpret your responses and all the rest of it as judgment. But if they know that they've got somewhere that they can go to that they feel safe, they're more likely to open up. Another thing I would say, just linked to that, is don't interrupt them when they're speaking. If I'm saying something, don't try and finish their sentences for them. Don't try and let them know how you understand because of, no, just give me your ear. Just listen, you know what I'm saying? Number three is pretty simple, and it's let them know that there are other avenues that they can reach out to. Sometimes we take the burden on in terms of, if they're going to open up, it has to be to me. And the truth is, it won't always be to you. And whatever reason or whatever script they've got in their mind for why they can't speak to you, you being intentional about letting them know apps that they can use, by getting them in touch with specialists, by letting them know other family members that they can reach out to, lets them know that you don't want to just hear their business for the sake of hearing their business, but your interest, your concern is actually them and their well-being. And so if I know that your interest is me, if I know that your interest is how am I doing, I'm more likely to trust that your intentions for me are pure and open up to you. So just to quickly recap, 3 things that you can do when your child isn't opening up to you is, 1, focus on your relationship with the child, not just in regards to the self-harming behavior, but in general. 2, listen. when the child is speaking to you, not just about that self-harming behavior, but about other things, listen before you respond, and be careful not to interrupt and all that stuff. 3, let them know other avenues of places that they can reach out to. Now, at the bottom of this video, you're going to see the names of some apps, you're going to see the names of some organizations that they can reach out to, but you be knowing their family members as well. So anyone that you know who could be a good listening ear, direct them to that person. Hopefully you have found this video useful. If it's not for you, pass it on to someone else, because 1 in 6 children be hurting themselves, which means somebody out there knows the kids who are struggling. So share this information so that they can be properly equipped to look after their loved ones. And I will see you in video number 2. Peace.